Assalamu alaikum to all my students of class 4. Hope you all are fine. Here I am your teacher of science subject. Today I am presenting you our first science lecture. So, before I starting our lecture, first of all, I will explain that how you maintain your copy of science and how to prepare your copy of science. First of all, you cover up your copy properly with your name, father's name, and section. These things must be present on your copies. Then, after making your copy, you will make the title page of your first semester along with a proper and tidy index as shown in this slide. After preparing your title page, you will make a title page of your unit number 2. So here I am showing you a picture of your class, your course book, and also the picture of your workbook. These two books are included in your syllabus. So you have to mention your names on these books also. The name of Unit 2 is the Animal World, and the topic which we will cover first is Essential of Survival. जिंदगी गुजारने की ज़रूरियात. This is our first topic of this lesson. In this video, we will cover this topic. Here is the graphic organizer of your lesson. You have to draw this graphic organizer on your copy after the title page of your lesson. As our topic name is Essential of Survival, so here we guess some different things for understanding that these things are necessary for life or not. So the first thing is water. Is water is necessary for our life or not? So the answer is yes. Water is very necessary for our life. We cannot live without water, or we cannot exist without water. Now the next thing is house. Is house is necessary for our life? So the answer is no. We can live without house, but we cannot live without water. The next thing is air. Air is also necessary because we cannot breathe if there is no air. Now the next thing is electricity. Is electricity is necessary? No. Now the next thing is sun. Sun is our source of energy, so it is very necessary. If there is no sun, so there will be no plant. If there will be no plant, so there will be no life. Now the next thing is computer, so your and my answer is no. Now the next thing is food. So food is necessary for our survival, because if we have no food, so how can we live? How can we live on earth? So from the understanding of previous slide, we can say that water, energy, and oxygen are the necessary things and without which we cannot live. Now, the first thing is water. Importance of water. All living things are mainly made up of 50 to 75% water. So that's mean that we cannot live without water because our body is made up of water. Now the next important thing related to water is water helps to move food and chemicals in our body. So it is very important that we should have water in our body so that our food and chemical can move in our body freely. Now the next important thing is water helps to maintain our body temperature according to weather. It is also the very important point that because of water we can exist in very high temperature and in very cold temperature because the water which is present in our body helps to maintain the temperature of our body. So now here I am showing you some pictures relevant to the uses of water. Water is used by all living things. Water is used in washing of clothes. Water is used in plants. Water is used for drinking. Also, water is used for bathing. So these are the daily. Now, water is also used in fire extinguishers. Water is the home for some animals. Some animals live in water. It is their home. Water is used by plants. Most of our food we eat comes from plant. Water needs Water is a need for plant to make their food. Here the question is what is water made from? Water किस चीज से बना है? Water is made up of hydrogen and oxygen. There are two hydrogen and one oxygen atom in water. The second essential element is energy. All living thing needs energy to survive or to do work. We get energy from sun. Sun is a source of energy. Now the third point is energy can transfer from one living thing to other living thing in the form of food. Plants get energy from sun to make their food. Plants use sunlight to make their food through the process of photosynthesis. Also, can also use we human beings are also use energy of sunlight to do our various types of different types of work. As I told you before that plant uses sunlight to make their food. Also, other living things like animals and human beings uses plant to make their food or to get energy from plants. So here is the process of converting of energy from one living thing to other living thing. And this process of converting energy from one living thing to other living thing is called food chain. Now, the first step of the food chain consists of plant grow in soil by taking energy from sun, water and mineral. So they are called producer. So the first thing is that first of all plant takes energy from sun and then it make its food by using the energy of sun, water and mineral. After the growth of plant, it will be used by a herbivorous animal. to get their food. So this is called the primary consumer. Plant is called producer because it gets energy directly from the sun, so it is called producer. Now the herbivorous animal gets energy from plant. It is called primary consumer. Now some animals eat primary consumer to get energy. They are called secondary consumer. So those animals who eats primary consumers are called secondary consumers. They are carnivores. Now then the tertiary consumer eats secondary consumer. Now those consumers who eat secondary consumer are called tertiary consumer. When the animal die, their bodies will convert into soil and minerals. So that's how food chain begin, continue again and again. Here are some examples of food chain, and you can easily see that how energy is converted from one animal to other animal in the form of food chain. Now here are some question and answers which you have to done in your copy after the graphic organizer of your lesson. Now the question number 1 is, why is energy important for an animal survival? Animal needs energy so they can do all the things that they do. This includes growing, mending the body, moving and everything else. Now the question number 2 is, how do animals obtain energy? Energy comes from the sun, but it is passed from one living thing to another living thing through food. This question is relevant to the food chain. Now the question number 3 is, name the 3 essential things animals need to survive. So the answer is very easy: water, energy and oxygen. Now the question number 4 is, can animals survive longer without food or without water? So the answer is, animal can survive longer without food, but they cannot survive without water. Now the question number 5 is, where does all energy comes from? All energy comes from the sun. So these are the question answer which I have given you. Now your homework is, do question number 4 from page number 21 in your science copy. So it is your homework and you have to do it by yourself. So hopefully you will be focused on your studies. Now we will discuss our next topic, oxygen, and other topics of this lesson in our next presentation. Thank you for your listening, for your watching, and be focused on your studies and do your homework on time.